Have you ever had the feeling that something was about to happen, and then it did? Or made a decision without fully understanding why, only to realize later that it was the right choice? For many, these moments seem like pure coincidence or a strange mystery of the mind, but Carl Jung believed there was something much deeper at work. To Jung, intuition was not just a random hunch or an inexplicable gut feeling. It was a fundamental function of the psyche, an essential bridge between our conscious awareness and the vast depths of the unconscious. He saw intuition as a way of perceiving the world that operates beyond rational thought, tapping into hidden knowledge stored within us. But where does intuition come from? How can we learn to trust it? And what is our unconscious trying to communicate? Jung described intuition as a psychological function, just as real and legitimate as thinking, feeling, and sensing. While logical reasoning follows a structured step-by-step process, intuition works differently. It detects patterns beneath the surface, picks up on unspoken cues, and makes connections we are not consciously aware of. It's as if there's a hidden part of our mind that processes information long before we become aware of it. To fully understand intuition, Jung explored the concept of the unconscious, the vast hidden world within our minds where we store memories, emotions, and experiences we may not even realize we have. He divided this into two main layers: the personal unconscious, which is unique to each individual, and the collective unconscious, a universal psychological inheritance shared by all human beings. Within the personal unconscious lies what Jung called the shadow, the part of ourselves that we reject or suppress. It holds everything we prefer not to acknowledge, such as our fears, insecurities, unspoken desires, and socially unacceptable impulses. But ignoring these aspects does not make them disappear. Instead, they remain active beneath the surface, subtly influencing our thoughts, emotions, and, yes, even our intuition. For example, someone who always tries to be kind and avoid conflict might repress their anger. Over time, this unacknowledged anger could manifest unexpectedly, causing outbursts or irrational judgments. Similarly, unconscious emotions can seep into our intuition, giving us a vague sense that something is wrong, without us knowing exactly why. This explains why we sometimes feel uneasy in certain situations, even when there seems to be no logical reason for it. In addition to the shadow, Jung identified archetypes, universal patterns of behavior and personality that exist within the collective unconscious. These archetypes shape how we see the world and influence the way our intuition works. The hero, the sage, the ruler, the rebel, and the caregiver are just a few examples. These archetypes are not just fictional characters in myths and stories. They are psychological forces that live within us, shaping our perceptions and decisions. If someone strongly identifies with the hero archetype, their intuition may drive them to face challenges with courage and determination, believing they can overcome anything through sheer effort. Meanwhile, someone deeply connected to the caregiver archetype may have an intuition that compels them to prioritize the needs of others, sometimes at their own expense. The danger comes when we become too identified with a single archetype and fail to integrate other aspects of ourselves. A person who sees themselves only as a giver, for example, may suppress their assertive side, blocking the intuitive signals that warn them when others are taking advantage of them. Jung also distinguished between two main types of intuition: introverted intuition and extraverted intuition. Introverted intuition works inwardly, providing deep insights, foresight, and the ability to recognize hidden patterns before they become obvious. People with strong introverted intuition often have an uncanny ability to predict future events or sense underlying truths that others miss. On the other hand, extraverted intuition is outward-focused, constantly scanning the environment for new possibilities, ideas, and connections. Those with strong extraverted intuition tend to be natural innovators and problem solvers, quickly spotting opportunities and thinking outside the box. But the real challenge, according to Jung, is not just recognizing intuition, it's learning to trust it while keeping it in balance with rational thought. Not all intuitive feelings are accurate. Many are influenced by past experiences, fears, or unconscious biases. This is why Jung emphasized self-reflection and individuation, the lifelong process of integrating all aspects of our psyche. Through this process, we learn to distinguish between intuition that stems from genuine insight and intuition that is distorted by unresolved emotions. One of the most effective ways to strengthen intuition is by exploring the unconscious. Jung recommended several practices to access this deeper knowledge, including dream analysis, journaling, and meditation. He saw dreams as one of the most direct ways the unconscious communicates with us. By keeping a dream journal and reflecting on recurring symbols and themes, we can uncover hidden patterns in our minds that influence our daily lives. Another powerful technique is self-inquiry, asking questions like, "Why did I make that choice?" What was I truly feeling in that moment? Or, what does this situation bring up for me emotionally? Can reveal unconscious influences shaping our intuition. The more aware we become of our inner world, the more clearly we can hear our intuitive voice. However, Jung also warned about the risks of blindly following intuition without critical thinking. True wisdom comes from balancing intuition with logic. Some people believe they should rely solely on rational thought, while others trust their instincts without question. The ideal approach lies somewhere in between, listening to intuition, but also questioning it, analyzing it, and understanding its origins. Throughout life, our psyche continuously evolves. Individuation is never truly complete, and self-awareness is an ongoing journey. The more we explore our own minds, the better we become at interpreting our intuitive signals accurately and using them as a powerful tool for decision-making and self-understanding. Intuition is not a supernatural gift, nor is it reserved for a select few. It is a natural function of the human mind, accessible to anyone willing to explore their own unconscious. Jung teaches us that when we listen to our intuition with awareness and discernment, we tap into an inner wisdom that guides us toward growth, self-realization, and a deeper understanding of the world around us.